Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm doing the unboxings and first impressions on the MSI GF75 Thin. Looking forward to putting this one on the bench, and it does feature a 3060. So let's see what this one's all about. Let's roll. All right. So I was looking at the specs on this, and it's supposed to weigh just as much as the GP66, which is a 15.5-inch laptop. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well this one holds up. So let's take a look. All right, here we go. There's the laptop. What other goodies do we have in here? Oh, looks like we have a bracket and some screws. I'd suspect for some expansion capabilities. And then, oh, we got a power brick over here. Oh, this is a pretty thin power brick. It's got the groove sides, which I like. It fits nicely in the hand. And this is 180 watts. So it should have plenty of juice. What do we got in here? Probably a power cable. Accurate. So let's take a look. One finger open, what do you think? Not happening. Okay. Wow. That looks pretty sharp though. It's got this brushed aluminum on the deck. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see maybe off the reflection of the light there. That looks really good. Plastic underneath. You've got ample venting here. This one does have the cooler boost technology in it as well. 7 heat pipes, 2 fans on either side. Of course, we got our exhaust ports. I do really like the deck. That is something really cool. Now let's take a look at the top. Now we got a metallic lid as well. Got that brushed looking aluminum emblem. It does not light up. That's just etched in to the metal, but overall not too bad. I wouldn't say it's thin, but it's pretty good for a 17-inch. And then, so then the hinge itself, if you can see that, when you open it up, it actually lifts the laptop off the surface so you can get a little bit more airflow underneath for additional cooling. So that's nice. The one thing I dislike about that style, while that is a pretty innovative way to cool the laptop, you lose the grip on the back. And so I actually really like it when like the Legion 7i or even the GP66 has that grip on the back, so you can carry it around. Hey, not that you're probably doing that much anyways with a 17-inch, but it's always one of those nice to haves. What about the rest of this? So there is definitely some flex on the deck here. There's just no support under here once it's lifted up. Not as bad flex when you have the laptop screen in the 90-degree position, but as soon as you go back, yeah, there's lots there. But you're not usually pressing down. But there's the power button there, so. And then the keyboard, pretty decent. It has some good travel on the keys. Actually pretty decent. This is not per key RGB. This is just one solid color. Not too bad. This one comes in at $2,000 Canadian. GP66, $2,500. You definitely get a few more features. You get up to the 3070 along with the per key RGB. Can you justify another $500 for that? Maybe not, but we'll see how they perform. I'll give you a full rundown on that a little bit later. Let's take a look at the I/O on this laptop. So starting on the right-hand side, we of course have a exhaust port, we have a power plug, HDMI, of course our two USB type A's, nothing on the back other than two exhaust ports. On the right-hand side, another exhaust port, RJ45, of course our USB type C, USB type A. We have dedicated mic and headphone ports, which I always like, and then our Kingston lock. And then of course we do have our speakers. They are outward firing off the bottom, so there's a little bit of a cutout there. All plastic underneath. But overall, looks good. So we're all booted up. Couple things I've noticed. Number one, perky RGB on this, which I did not expect. I thought it was all just one color, so that was a nice surprise. Great tactile feel on the keyboard. The keys are just a little small overall. I just wish the keycaps were just a little bit bigger, similar to the GP66, but you get a full-size key deck here with numpad on the side, so you gotta make a bit of a sacrifice. Bezel. The bezel itself is quite nice. Sides, top, very, very small. The chin, in fact, is very small as well. Now, a couple things I don't like. When the screen itself is up, it does slide around on you. So there is no grip on the back. So it just depends on the table that you're using, but I just find that it just doesn't have the ability to stick. So just be aware of that. The other thing is the touchpad. The touchpad itself is quite small for a 17-inch. You just get this small little touchpad down here. Not glass, as far as I can tell. It's pretty noisy. And then the other component is the screen. So it is a 1080p screen, 144 hertz, but it's definitely not 100% of the sRGB. The colors do look washed out, which is pretty disappointing. I know it's only $2,000 Canadian laptop, but I just wish you could get a better quality screen. The colors don't pop. They're just kind of muted, which is too bad. Now, in terms of specs on this does have the i7-10750H, so 6 cores, 12 threads, boosting up to 5 gigahertz. It does have 16 gigs of memory. It has the 3060 Max Q in it, so I think that should probably put it around the 80 watt. Doesn't have it published, so I'll have to do the full review, see how well that performs. In terms of the battery sits just a hair over 50 watt hours, I think 51, 52. And the hard drive, it is a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. That should get you by for installing most of the games that you can put on, except for probably Call of Duty. So that's the laptop. I got mixed emotions on this one, to be honest. First impressions, there's definitely some flaws on this, but the price point is fairly decent. Too bad about the screen. I think you have to, at some point, compromise somewhere. So they happen to compromise on the screen. That being said, I'll put it through its full array of tests, let you know how it is in the full review. So definitely like and subscribe, and I'll have this up in about a week or so. So that wraps up the unboxing and first impressions on the GF75 Thin. Definitely has some feature flaws, but I think at a price point you do have to compromise somewhere. But that being said, I would look forward to putting it through its full array of testing and reporting back to you. So definitely like and subscribe to the channel. Look forward to hearing your comments down below. Let me know what you'd like me to test on it. And until next time, bye for now.